If your iPhone 16 Plus battery isn't lasting as long as it used to, and you've noticed a drop in performance, it might be time for a replacement. In this video, we'll be walking you through the entire process, from disassembling your iPhone to reassembling it with a brand new battery. Before going ahead with this repair, you should check and see which iPhone model you have by using Apple's iPhone identifier, which we'll link in the description below. In this guide, we're repairing the A3290 model, which is the European version. If you have one of the other models from a different region, you might notice some internal differences in the iPhone, so just be cautious and double check what the differences are before starting. Also, if you need any of the tools or parts we use in this video, we're going to link them all in the description below. Okay, let's get into the repair. So as always, the first thing you're going to want to do to start this repair is power your device off and make sure you discharge the battery below 25%. We're going to be working with tools very close to the iPhone battery, and if it's fully charged, there's a much higher risk of causing a short or it catching fire if the battery is accidentally damaged during the repair. So it might take a bit longer to wait for it to discharge, but it's worth doing to keep yourself and your device safe. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the two Pentalobe screws at the bottom of the iPhone. Now you've removed the two Pentalobe screws, the next thing you're going to want to do is heat the iPhone. We're going to start by removing the back cover so we can disconnect the battery. Heating the iPhone is going to loosen the adhesive and allow us to pry the back cover off. We're using our Ford vacuum separation machine to do this, but if you don't have one of these, you can either use a heat mat or, failing that, a hairdryer. Just make sure you're heating the back cover so it's hot to the touch. That's how you'll know the adhesive is loosened enough to start prying. If you're using a heat mat, you want to be heating somewhere between 55 to 65 degrees Celsius and heating it for around 5 to 10 minutes. Now the device has been heated up, you can grab your prying tool and insert it between the frame and the back cover. If you're struggling to create an opening, you can always use a suction cup to help lift the back cover up and away from the frame. Before you start prying elsewhere on the phone, be aware that there's a delicate cable connecting the back glass to the phone, which sits right next to the volume up button. So avoid inserting your prying tool there. There's also some spring contacts at the top and bottom of the phone, so when prying in these areas, try not to pry more than 3mm to avoid your prying tool bending them. You can also use small amounts of IPA to help with prying and loosening the back cover. Keep prying around the entire phone. Once you've pried around the entire back cover, you can lift the back cover up. It's still attached to the phone by a ribbon cable, so open it gently like a book towards the volume buttons. If there's quite a bit of resistance when lifting it up, don't force it, just pry around the entire back cover again to see if you missed any adhesive. Now it's time to disconnect the battery and disconnect the cable, keeping the back cover attached to the phone. Start by removing the shield covering both connectors by removing the two tri-point screws holding it down. We're using a magnetic mat throughout this guide to keep track of all of the screws and stay organised. Now you can disconnect the battery press connector, followed by the back glass connector. With the back glass removed, you can start working on removing the battery. To disconnect this battery, we're going to be using a power supply, and we're going to be applying a low voltage electrical current across two contact points for around 90 seconds to loosen the battery from the adhesive. To start, you'll want to set your power supply to 9 volts and press the positive red lead against the silver tab on the iPhone battery, and then press the black negative lead against the lower right screw, holding them there for around 90 seconds and then removing them. The battery should have loosened. If not, try again, but hold the leads for 30 seconds longer. With the battery removed, now is a great time to grab your new replacement battery and test it before fitting it with its adhesive. If your iPhone is updated to iOS 18.1 or higher, then when you turn the iPhone on, you'll be asked to go through Apple's Repair Assistant to finish the repair. If your iPhone is updated to iOS 18.1 or higher, then the Repair Assistant will work for new, used, and even aftermarket batteries. Repair Assistant will calibrate your new battery and will check its battery health. Once finished, you'll be able to find any relevant information about the repair in the parts and service history found in the About section in your settings. Once you're happy the battery is performing as it should, you can take it out of the phone and apply a new adhesive to the back of the battery. We won't be doing this as there's nothing wrong with the battery we're using, so we're just going to refit it as it is. Next, you're going to want to clean up around the frame so we can apply a waterproof adhesive for the back cover. While you're cleaning the frame, if you're finding this video useful, we would really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button, as it really helps us grow the channel and keep making videos like this. With the frame clean, you can now apply the back glass adhesive to the frame. making sure you use a spudger or screwdriver to run around the frame and make sure the adhesive has bonded to the frame properly. When you've applied your adhesive, you can reconnect the back glass connector followed by the battery connector. You can then refit its shield and 2 tri-point screws. Now you can lift up and remove the plastic protectors for the adhesive. You can now refit the back cover by slowly lowering it into the frame and gently pressing it into place, making sure you apply pressure around the entire back cover to make sure the adhesive bonds with the back cover. Lastly, fit the 2 Pentalobe screws. If you haven't already, make sure you run Repair Assistant when the phone turns back on to calibrate your new battery. And that's it. I hope this guide was helpful. If it was, we would really appreciate it if you could like this video, click the subscribe button, or leave a comment so we can keep making guides like this in the future.